guys, my name is Sam. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we will be talking about my goals for 2025. Because this video is coming to you a little bit late, I decided to mush a couple things together. So you'll also be getting my self-destruct list and my 12 Recs by 12 friends list in the same video. Being that it is one of my goals to finish it. Just wanted to preface that in case any of you were interested in that specific list from me. It's gonna be in this video. But yes, let's go ahead and jump into my goals, because as I said, this video is already late, so I just want to make the I just want to put my goals out there for the beginning of the year so that we know where we're starting and we know where we need to be at by the end of 2025, even though I shouldn't even be talking about that because hello, barely started. So let's jump right in. I have 10 goals to talk about. I also want to preface that yes, I am not talking about my goals from last year because I can probably tell you off the top of my dome which ones I actually completed, that being my Goodreads goal, because I surpassed that, being that I became an audiobook girly this year. I also did actually surprisingly hit exactly on the nose my series goal, so I finished 7 series. However, I want to say that those 7 series weren't particularly series that I had already been in progress of at the start of the year. So I did hit the goal, but it wasn't based on the series that I had started the year with when I made those goals. Then I believe I also hit my subscriber goal because I wanted to hit 150 and I'm currently at 187. And I think the only other goal that I accomplished was to read more diversely as far as genre goes. So this year I decided to switch it up and make not all but some of my goals more general. So I didn't want a lot of them to be quantity based, that way I don't feel as much pressure to hit them, and it just kind of sucks the fun out of my reading in general, because then I know this percentage of my reading has to go towards these set goals. So a lot of these are much more general. So let's get into the 10 goals that I have to talk about. Goal number 1 being my Goodreads goal, as always, and that is to read 150 books. I am ending off this year with 184. And so I think 150 books is a nice place to start. I don't want to set the bar too high. Like, I don't want to put 200 books because I never know what's going to happen. I am shocked that I even hit 184 this year. So I kind of just want to keep it at a median. That way I am being a little bit more realistic with myself, and I'm going to hit it, and then I can feel good that I accomplished a goal on this list, if nothing else. Goal number 2 is to hit 250 subscribers on this channel. Another one that I feel like is maybe not that hard for some people. Like, some people might be like, girl, you're dragging it, you're already almost at 190. That's not that far. I know I'm not as consistent with my channel, and so it's harder for me to get subscribers, and I feel like this is around the same amount of growth that I saw this year. So I feel comfortable putting 250 as my goal, and also I don't, again, want to make my goals unattainable or too high to where I'm going to feel guilty or less than for not completing them by the end of the year. So I'm hoping for 250. Goal number 3 is to bring my unread TBR below 100. So Dana actually put me onto this app that I could scan my books into and create like a digital version of my library. That way I don't have to fucking count every time. I can just scan every book that comes into my home. And so I did that the other day, and I now can officially say that I know that my TBR is at 127 unread books. So I think it's pretty doable to keep or to bring that number below 100. I don't want to say absolutely positively that it is, because I don't know what or how many books I'm going to be bringing in this year, but I have the confidence in myself, and I really want to bring my physical TBR down because, I have a limited amount of space, and I want to be able to store only the books that I love and want to keep in my library. Goal number 4 is to pick vlogging back up. And I think I made this goal very, very general because I even want to take it as far as to say that when I vlog, it does not have to be a series. It does not have to be one vlog a month, because that is the goal that I set last year. And I found it really hard to stick with because vlogging in and of itself is like very time consuming, especially with a kid. And so finding the time to vlog plus finding the time to edit vlogs, like putting all those clips together from a week time frame, it was just a lot. And I also felt very pressured because when I was vlogging, it was strictly for a series. So that's why I'm putting vlogging in general on the list, because I don't want to have to vlog once a month and it have to be the same type of video every month. I want to be able to vlog whatever, whenever, and just say that I have been vlogging for my channel. Goal number 5 is to bring my ongoing series down. I recently updated my series tracker and I'm currently at 32 in progress series, with an extra 4 that I am as of right now caught up in, but I believe all of those series will have books that come out in 2025. So roughly a total of 36 series that I'm in the middle of. And I definitely want to bring that number down, okay? I don't want to be in the 30s when we revisit this video or revisit these goals next year, okay? Goal number 6 is just to continue to participate in all of the things that I enjoy, whether that be readathons, read-alongs, bingos. I'm also in a Facebook group that I am an admin for, and we do book of the month, book club stuff there, as well as reading challenges. So I just want to continue to be a part of the community in more ways than just creating videos, because as you can see, when I'm in that slumpy mode and I don't want to create content, it just feels comforting to me that I still have access to the bookish community in other ways. And I also feel like sometimes, obviously nobody has ever said anything to me, that's not what I'm trying to say at all, but I like just have anxiety about the way things look to other people sometimes. So I know that sometimes when I put out videos talking about how I'm participating in 2, 3, maybe even 4 readathons a month, people might look at me like I'm absolutely insane. But again, whether I'm fully participating, just reading like a little bit to help a team if it's a competitive readathon, or even if it's like a loosely based one where I'm just doing prompts and I'm not even completing it, I just find comfort in knowing that there are other ways to have access to the community. There are other ways for me to make friends. That's not just me getting up here, making a video, editing a video, and having people comment. So I just like the community aspect of it, and I want to continue to do the things that I enjoy. So I'm putting it as a goal. It may not be a goal to you, but it is to me. And yeah, here is where the other challenges come into play. So goal number 7 is to complete any yearly challenges that I am telling myself I'm participating in. And the reason that I say that is because I'm still up in the air about participating in Bud's Wordathon, because I never have. But this year she's doing a cover and a title challenge. It's just like the pressure of having to read one book a month, but she doesn't police it, so you can do it however you want. But I've never participated, even though she's my favorite booktuber of all time. It just felt too scary, and the prompts are sometimes really hard for me, especially as a person who mainly reads romance. Anyways, all of that to say, here are the books that I have set for my challenges, or here are the challenges and then I'll tell you the books. So the first challenge that I want to complete is my 12 Recs by 12 Friends. For this list, we have Jade City, which was recommended by Bryce, Frostblood, which was recommended by Amanda, Daisy Jones and the Six, which was recommended by Karina, Night Shift, which was recommended by Veronica, Anything Ray Touches, which was recommended by Paige, Heartless Hunter, which was recommended by Letty, Fragile Sanctuary, which is recommended by Crystal, This Woven Kingdom, which was recommended by Drew, Equivalent Exchange, which was recommended by Liz, The Nightingale, which was recommended by Steph, Illumine, which was recommended by Dana, and Kaylani gave me 4 options and I chose The Words. So The Words, which was recommended by Kaylani. I am super excited and nervous. This is a very eclectic mix of books and a lot of genres that I don't read that often. So super excited. That's the whole point of this, is to get out of my comfort zone and to see what my friends love and if I love it too. So super excited for this one. This is a challenge that I want to complete in 2025. Another challenge that I want to complete in 2025 is my self-destruct list, and I am doing this in this video again because I didn't complete my one from last year, and I don't even know, I think I read like 4, maybe 6 of the 12 that I put last year. They're all since unhauled except for one. There's only one on that list that I did keep. We're not going to talk about it because it was supposed to self-destruct, but The Water Dancer is staying on my shelf because Dana loved it so much that I just can't find it in my heart to part with it, knowing that there's probably a beautiful story in there for me. Like, I'm not gonna let it go. So here's to hoping I actually read and or want to unhaul the ones that I have here, because I don't want to keep cheating. I don't. But here we go. My self-destruct list for this year is This Spells Love by Kate Robb. This one's on the list because I started it, I read like 2 chapters, didn't really care about it, but it was definitely a softie enough because I don't feel like I was into it enough to decide that I was never gonna pick it back up again. But this is on the list because I could see myself like being like, all right, I really just don't care enough to read it. Next on the list is Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. I got this obviously from Ollie's for $2.99 years ago, and I don't really remember anything about it, but that's why it's on this list, because it's a vet, and am I ever gonna read it? Like, come on now. Then we have The Binding by Bridget Collins. This one is fairly new to my shelves, but I've had it on my Amazon wish list for a long time because this was one of those books when you go to Barnes and Noble's, which is a books that you wanna read, but you don't want to buy. So this has been in my camera roll for a minute and then in my Amazon wishlist for a minute, and I finally purchased it, but I don't remember anything about it. I don't know if I want to read it still. I don't know if I am gonna enjoy it. So that's why it's on the list, to push me to read it and hopefully love it or unhaul it. Then we have Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crowley. This one is an infamous book outlet purchase from way back when, and that's why it's on the list. Don't remember a thing about it. Then we have The Infinite Moment of Us. This one is also from Book Outlet, but this one is on the list because it is the lowest rated book on my TBR, and I'm super scared to read it. I have Dear Emmy Blue, which was a Dollar Tree purchase actually, and another one where I felt like I read the synopsis, I said, ooh, this for $1.25, gotta have it, and then I completely forgot about it and don't really care to pick it up on my own, so I have to push myself to read it. We have some more Book Outlet purchases, the next one being Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett, another one I don't know much about anymore. Following that is The Wicked Deep, which is a beautiful cover, so I really hope I love this one and can keep it on my shelves. But again, another Book Outlet purchase from years ago that I still have not read. Then we have A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. This is another Book Outlet purchase for me, but this one is really on the list because it has been on many a TBR, and I'm not even just talking about this channel. I'm talking about like when I had my channel before. So obviously y'all wouldn't know about that, but this made it on a couple TBRs and I just never read it. And this is also a Beauty and the Beast retelling, so like get into it, Sam, get into it. And I've heard so many people love this one, so I really just want to push myself to read it this year. Then we have a kind of odd one, and that is Something Wilder by Christina Lauren, just because I have noticed that these authors are very hit or miss for me. I've had a 5-star, a 3-star, and a 1-star from them, and I have 2 of their books left on my shelves, so I really just want to get them off my shelves, to be honest. So this one's on the list. Second to last, we have a big chunker, and that is Binding 13, solely because I don't know where I'm gonna land on this. First of all, it's fucking massive, and then second of all, Some people love it, some people hate it. Like, some people are like, this is Bible, like this is everything to them. And then other people are like, absolutely not, it's too long, it's too slow burn, it's too traumatizing, apparently, as a series as a whole. And so I'm just really nervous to go into it, and I think I need the push. And the 12th book on my self-destruct list is As Old as Time, which is the third book in this like fairy tale retelling series by Liz Braswell. This is the Beauty and the Beast version. Obviously it's on the list because, one, again, it's old as fuck, and two, I want to push myself to read it. I need to get to it. I have too many Beauty and the Beast things on my shelves that I just still haven't read. That is everything for my self-destruct list. And the last challenge that I want to participate in this year is 25 and 25, but that will be in a separate video because I am doing the 4 Paws in a Book bingo version of that. So goal number 8, we have keep a reading journal, and this is solely because I start off the year so well every single time, and then March, April, May, around that time hits and I say fuck it all, and I don't keep a reading journal for the rest of the year. But I really just want something that is not Goodreads, that is not Storygraph, like that is not an app, to have with everything that I've read for the year. So I do have 2 options. I have a plain dotted journal that I plan to decorate and fill out myself. I also have a digital journal on GoodNotes on my iPad, just in case I can already find myself not keeping up with the physical. Hopefully the digital journal will be a nice backup for me and I'll stick with it. But that is another goal of mine. Goal number 9 is to continue to read diversely. Again, this was on my list last year, but I had made it more genre specific that time because the year prior I had only read romance, and I hadn't even read 10 outside of that genre. This year I am happy to report that I have read way more. In fact, my favorite book of the year is not even a solely romance book. So super excited about that. But again, this time around I'm saying that this is going to be a little bit more detailed when it comes to reading diverse, because this year I have read my first sapphic book, I've read my first male book, so I just want to read diversely all around. And last but not least, goal number 10 is to make progress on my Kindle TBR. If you've seen my January TBR, then you know I have 287 books on my Kindle TBR that I have logged, because I have upwards of 350, I want to say, actually, on my Kindle. And yeah, I really just want to make progress on that. I keep participating in Stuff Your Kindle Days. I keep buying books, and like my physical TBR work because it's less than 150, but my Kindle TBR, absolutely not. Something got to give with that, and so I really want to work on that this year. So I talk a lot of shit about my game, but it giving me Kindle spins is actually really, really nice because I need to get that down. Like, even if I'm not reading them, DNFing them, delete them the fuck off the app, okay? So those are all my goals for 2025. If you want to share any of your goals, if you want to talk about any of the goals that I have, please feel free to comment anything down below. Or if you think any of these books should be prioritized, let me know that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.